All right, that takes us to public comment. Mr. Zuber, you have that policy right there?
We'll share. Public participation at board meetings. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on district matters. To permit fair and orderly public expression, the board shall provide a period for public participation at public meetings of the board and publish rules to govern such participation in board meetings and in board committee meetings. The rules shall be administered and enforced by the presiding officer of the meeting. The presiding officer shall be guided by the following rules. A, public participation shall be permitted at a time as determined by the presiding officer. B, anyone with concerns related to the operation of the schools or matters within the authority of the board may participate during the public portion of a meeting. C, participants must be recognized by the presiding officer and will be requested to preface their comments by an announcement of their name, address, and/or group affiliation, if and when appropriate. D, each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes duration. E, no participant may speak more than once. F, participants shall direct all comments to the board and not to staff or other participants. G, the presiding officer may prohibit public comments which are frivolous, repetitive, or harassing, interrupt, warn, or terminate a participant's statement when the statement is too lengthy, personally directed, abusive, obscene, or irrelevant, request any individual to leave the meeting when that person behaves in a manner that is disruptive of the orderly conduct of the meeting, request the assistance of law enforcement officers in the removal of a disorderly person when that person's conduct interferes with the orderly progress of the meeting, call for a recess or an adjournment to another time when the lack of public decorum so interferes with the orderly conduct of the meeting as to warrant such action, waive these rules with the approval of the board when necessary for the protection of privacy or the administration of the board's business. H, the portion of the meeting during which the participation of the public is invited shall be limited to 30 minutes, but the time frame will be extended if necessary so that nobody's right to address the board will be denied. Tape or video recordings are permitted subject to the following conditions. No obstructions are created between the board and the audience, and no interviews are conducted in the meeting room while the board is in session. No commentary, adjustment of equipment, or positioning of operators is made that will distract either the board or members of the audience while the board is in session. The person operating the recorder should contact the superintendent prior to the board meeting to review the possible placement of equipment.
All right, thank you, Mr. Zuber.
Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
I don't know if you're ready. All right. My name is what was that?
Just speak into the microphone. Sometimes it's hard to hear up here.
Can you not hear? Can you hear me?
Sometimes. You're good right now.
Okay.
That's better, yes.
Thank you.
So my name is Nicole Spangler. I'm up here to address a few issues that I have with my work. I'm a bus driver for Grant, and there are a few issues that I want addressed. I'm not sure who to contact or where to even go. One of those being, I understand that we have what's called FERPA, which is like the healthcare of HIPAA through the school. But I think it's important that bus drivers, us as bus drivers, know that a child is either suspended or expelled or is in trouble or what it may be, because we pick these children up not knowing anything. I can pick a child up not knowing that he was just expelled, and he could bring a gun on my bus, and how would I know? I wouldn't know. So I think that it's very important that we figure out a way to let the correct people know about those things. So I'm not sure who to even go to or who to even contact or how we would even do that.
You talk to me.
Okay. And then the middle school. I hate the middle school. I hate the middle school. So we get there to drop off children between 7:30, 7:40. There are so many parents that use that drive that we're in. I'd like to block them in, but I was told I could not, that I would get fired, so I don't. Another issue that we have, I know that it's being addressed, but it has not been addressed because I've threatened multiple children that if I see another ball being thrown, that I am going to confiscate it. I know that the AED AD/Dean of Students has been out there, but he stands more towards like the 7th and 8th grade doors. We need them more towards the 5th and 6th grade doors. That is where they're all being thrown. Last week, we had a student throw a football, and it landed underneath the bus. I was behind that bus. There were 4 children running after that football. The football was smashed and made a loud pop. It made all 3 of us drivers jump. Also, children, not only are they running, but they are being pushed towards buses. I'm not sure how we can alleviate people standing on the sidewalks. I know that Newaygo Public Schools has it where bus drivers aren't even allowed to leave if there are students on the sidewalks. I don't know if we can do something along those lines. In the middle school drive, when you first pull in, it says student drop-off. We need to take that sign down and put a sign up that says buses only between 7:30 and 8 o'clock and 2:18 to 3:15. So us buses can move safely without worrying about other parents jogging in, going past us. We stop for a student, they drive through. We'd already stop for that student, they're walking across, this parent doesn't see it, and they go through.
Thank you, Nicole.